They may communicate in a way that we haven't discovered yet, and they're bombarding our planet with messages that we don't know how to detect. What are some horrifying things to consider when thinking about aliens? That they could have been here the entire time, playing Farmville with us. What if there really is valuable information to be gained from anal probes? Then the porn industry would be well informed. What are you doing, stepbro? Colonoscopy. They might be sexy, and they might be horny. But sex is completely different for them than us. They decapitate you and lay eggs in your neck hole, not realizing that it is lethal to your kind until you're already dead. Alien sex manslaughter. That they could be massive. Taller than buildings. Imagine if one alien child fell onto our Earth, stomped on all of us, started whining, and then kicked and screamed on the ground, all in a matter of seconds. His mama alien picks him up and they keep walking through space. Human civilization is decimated. Extremely unlikely, I know, but if aliens ever come to Earth, it likely means they are a space-faring and interstellar-capable species with tech at least centuries, if not millennia, ahead of ours. In other words, if aliens are even remotely capable of traveling to our planet, we're pretty much outgunned hilariously. I would much rather be massively outgunned than to be just a bit outgunned. If even our most powerful nukes are nothing compared to their technology, then we're not a threat. If we pose a potential danger to them, there's an incentive to eliminate us. The possibility of them already knowing about us but us not knowing about them. We have no idea if they know. They could be committing space espionage right now and we wouldn't know about it. This reminds me of the dark forest theory. Like hunters in a dark forest, a civilization can never be certain of an alien civilization's true intentions. In summary, all life desires to stay alive. There is no way to know if other life forms can or will destroy you if given a chance. Lacking assurances, the safest option for any species is to annihilate other life forms before they have a chance to do the same. The assumption that they come in groups in some flying saucer. For all we know, they might just appear in hordes of thousands of not millions all across the planet. Also, we like to think that aliens will share the same way of thinking as humans, i.e. reasoning, emotions, etc. But the only reason we think that is because that's the only thing we are familiar with. Aliens might have completely different emotions or thought processes than us, but we won't know because we never encountered them before. It's like the fourth dimension. At this point it's pretty well established what it is, but most of us, if not all, have no clue how to visualize or properly explain it. For all we know, aliens might not be the little green men that fly around in flying saucers and destroy us with laser beams. They could be an interstellar pathogen that shows up one day and silently and effortlessly kills us all without warning. Our immune systems would have no idea what hit them. There was a book called Blindsight that explores a cool idea of aliens where they're not your typical little green men. The premise is pretty much, what if humanity is unique? What if intelligent life is common, but sentience is not? That music, art, literature is a uniquely human trait. That space is filled with a cold, emotionless, genius life. To me that idea is kinda horrifying. At least, I think that's what the book was about. I'm not the best reader, lol. One theory, from Stephen Hawking, is that if they are sufficiently advanced that aliens may treat us like ants. When we build dams, we don't worry about whether or not a dam will cause an ant hill to be flooded out. Similarly, a species that is advanced as far beyond us as we are beyond ants might seek to alter our planet or even our solar system to their advantage without giving consideration to what may happen to us. Aliens could do to us what we did to wolves, selectively breeding a once noble species in grotesque ways, transforming us into the equivalent of bulldogs, poodles, dachshunds, etc. I'm sure this has been done a bunch of times, but a world-building concept I really like is the idea that stereotypical fantasy races were once all human, but then adapted to, was bred for different environments. So like dwarves adapted to a high-gravity planet, orcs have green skin so that they can photosynthesize on a harsh desert planet with little food, halflings were bred to be domestic servants, etc. My main thing is that they'll bring a virus or something that'll just wipe us out 'cause we've never seen anything like it. Or we'll be immune 'cause it's too alien, who knows. But until there is actual proof that there are advanced aliens out there, I'll stick to the idea that they are bacterial cells on Titan or something. Maybe all these supposed alien abductions and UFOs over the past 100 years have been alien scientists building vaccinations against our known diseases for themselves, and adapting their own medical immunities for humans too, monitoring our progress against our own diseases. So when both civilizations are on top of it, we can be welcomed into the galactic fold safely. Maybe they just try to make sure everyone is safe and happy for galactic adventures with their new friends. The scariest thing to me is thinking that aliens want nothing to do with us. I don't get why everyone thinks that aliens would attack us immediately. It's one thing if we come into their territory, but if they stumble upon us, we're most likely safe. Them finding us would mean they are incredibly advanced. Anything they could get by attacking Earth, they could get far easier by harvesting it from a different planet in our solar system. Unless they feed specifically on brainwaves, it isn't worth the hassle to attack a planet teeming with life. They may have some weapons, however primitive, that might be used against you. It's far more frightening to believe that aliens will one day discover us and won't be interested. They won't want us on their intergalactic councils, they won't want to give us medicine, they won't want to form any bond. If they decide to just leave humanity alone, that means either they have decided we are not worth saving, or that we are too close to destruction to be worth the resources. The speed of light is 186,000 miles per second. I think that any aliens that are capable of traveling light years to reach us have no interest in our resources. Agreed, totally. To play devil's advocate, however, I would also add the following: a big factor in their decision whether or not the resources on Earth were plentiful enough to justify the trip would be just how technologically advanced they were. If they were so advanced that they could travel faster than the speed of light or fold spacetime or something, then it would come down to how badly they needed whatever resources and whether or not they could attain it elsewhere with less effort. That they don't actually exist. If there were no advanced civilization that can colonize other planets, that would mean that most of them go extinct before they reach that level of technological advancement, which means that we are probably doomed to extinction too. I think there could be a more positive outcome too. Maybe interstellar travel is too hard and instead, they'd rather spend a utopia in some sort of mind upload thing, having alien sex and doing alien drugs. I'm hopeful that maybe it's because there's just more fun stuff to do than flying through dead space lol. There are lots of explanations for why we haven't heard from an intelligent species. It may be that they are observing us with devices we can't detect, and they don't think we're ready to meet them, and they're right about that. They may just be hanging out with other, similarly advanced species, and we're not interesting enough for them to bother with. They may communicate in a way that we haven't discovered yet, and they're bombarding our planet with messages that we don't know how to detect. One scientist proposed that the oldest star systems in our galaxy may have been bombarded with gamma rays in the early years of our galaxy's existence, so intelligent life on those planets didn't get the head start that we thought they would have had, and the first intelligent life is evolving in the later formed solar systems like ours, in which case the other intelligent species in the galaxy are just as dumb as we are, or at least not sufficiently advanced to travel among the stars. Maybe they have visited us. Maybe out of the bajillion UFO sightings that were ordinary terrestrial phenomenon, hoaxes, or the hallucinations of people on drugs, 1 or 2 of those sightings were of an actual alien spaceship, and they were written off as hoaxes, etc. Maybe intelligent life did evolve in the earliest formed solar systems in our galaxy, and they did travel among the stars, but after billions of years of existence they became extinct or evolved into something so far beyond us that they are beyond communicating with our simple minds. Our human concepts of morality and empathy are heavily influenced by our mammalian biology. Imagine that aliens land, and instead of having nice little family units, the species lays clutches of thousands of eggs at a time. They don't form strong bonds. Life is essentially expendable for them. They see us weeping over a dead child and they have literally no frame of reference for understanding why this would be upsetting. I'm not saying all aliens will be like this, but some definitely could be.
Like and subscribe for more funny, interesting, and scary r/ask Reddit videos.